after marriage मेरी sex life कैसी होगी? How can I read that on cards यार? I mean ठीक ही होगी.
Tarot card reader, a manifestation coach, and also a human design reader.
Thank you for having me here. Manifestation is real. I mean, I can write it in my blood. Okay, I'm having goosebumps. So
We have Deepika out here with us today. Necessary if you want to manifest something in your life.
if you don't know what you want to order in a restaurant, then you will be served anything.
Okay.
Think about yourself.
Okay.
When no one is around, growth comes with a lot of pain. Self-talk to yourself is very important. Nudge, when it comes to you, you need to follow it.
Hey you, welcome to RAWR, a talk show where we talk about love, relationships and all wild emotions in between. Come rise in love with us. Today we have a beautiful guest and a magical guest out here who's a tarot card reader, a manifestation coach and also a human design reader. Yes, you heard me right. We have Deepika out here with us today. Hi Deepika.
Hi Sneha, thank you for having me here.
Okay, I think before ये चालू होने से पहले मुझे ये पूछना है यार कि you can predict things, right?
Yeah.
So like मेरी शादी नहीं हो रही है एंड अच्छे लड़के नहीं है, ट्रस्ट मी, लाइक कोई नहीं है, पता नहीं मैं लिटरली कितने सालों से देख रही हूँ लड़के इन दिस अरेंज मैरिज सिस्टम और पता नहीं कब होगी यार शादी.
Okay, one thing Sneha that I would like to point out is you're saying अच्छे लड़के है ही नहीं. So that is your self narrative. अगर आप यही बोलते रहोगे तो फिर अच्छे लड़के कैसे मिलेंगे? So start saying that there's a lot of good guys in the pool and you know I'll find the right one when.
बट इतनी सी बात से भी do you think like the whole game changes? Like अगर
Yes.
because सच में नहीं है, but then do you think that because I believe in it नहीं है?
Yeah,
Okay,
what is your truth is what happens to you. So what you are, what you tell to yourself, what you think about yourself is that's the fact of your life. So change your narrative and attract good guys in your life.
Okay, I think I'm going to change my narrative right now,
Yes.
and I think the process is going to start. I want to ask you, Deepika, ki you like what was your childhood like? Like, did you always believe in energies, in tarot card reading? What was it like?
As a childhood was pretty typical. From a Punjabi family, we had our pujas and all of that. So we did all of that.
So you're from Punjab.
Yeah, I'm from Punjab. I'm from
Okay.
Ludhiana, and like it was normal. We had our own issues and challenges, but
Okay.
I think that's a part and parcel of life. But as as I grew up, I lost interest in spirituality or even religion. So I was not religious at all. I was not
Okay.
into puja at all for a while till I have my kids. And one fine day, my life changed and I turned to spirituality. And when that happened, when I was spiritually awakened, which was not a very easy time for me, because the growth comes with a lot of pain.
Okay.
And when that happened, there was transformation, and that transformation led to immense growth. And yes, I am totally a spiritual person now. I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual.
Okay. But what exactly happened? Like, can you tell me like that moment कि क्या हुआ that you started believing in spirituality? Like you said कि कुछ हुआ, तो वो
Yeah.
क्या था?
So one thing, it's pretty. I don't know if you'll find it even believable or not. I saw my previous lives in one of my dream. So it was like a past life dream that was so vivid, and it changed something in me. I knew that there's something that I need to explore.
Okay.
So I started learning Reiki. That
Okay.
is healing.
Okay.
And as I started learning Reiki, I also got in touch with one of my ancestor spirit, and it was so unbelievable because we were just playing that planchet जो सब खेलते हैं घर पे, friends के साथ, and I always thought that ये सब नहीं होता है,
Even
but
I've done
okay.
it, but like time passed. Like,
हाँ, and I was not even holding that coin. I was sitting on a side and my friends were doing it, and she said, why don't you call someone? So I just closed my eyes and I just said that I don't know if you're gonna come, but if you want to, let's see what happens. That's it. And the coin started moving, and they asked who is there, and the whole name of my auntie was spelled on the planchet. They have no idea who my auntie is. They don't know her whole name. And then she said something that she used to call me like with a nickname that my friends don't know about. So all that happened. I was sitting, quite far from them. So there's no way that can happen. I mean, they have no idea about anyone.
Exactly.
So, okay, I'm having goosebumps. So that happened.
Scary.
That happened. It was not scary. It was such a serene.
It was not scary.
It was not scary.
For you, what about others?
No, it was because a loving soul came there
Okay.
that was delivering me messages.
Okay.
And I just felt that if this is possible, then there's so much that I don't know about. There's so much that is beyond my knowledge. And,
Oh, wow. And at what age was this?
it happened when I was 32, 33.
Oh, 32, 33.
Yeah.
This is when you actually had this moment.
Yes.
Okay. And like, did this make you start believing in energies and things
Yes.
like that? And uske pehle, you did not believe in this at all?
No, I was like, I was not a believer at all. I used to feel that this is all like bakwas.
Okay.
I was a very logical person. I wanted logic or science behind things. But then this happened and I was like, it just changed me 360 degrees within one night. When that happened, I was like, shit, I am living under a rock. There's something that I need to explore more. And I started getting into more and more into healing, sending healing energies from Mumbai to my parents in Ludhiana. And they used to feel the energy because they were having a pain and I sent it and they said, I was feeling something. The vibrations were there. So like, oh my God, I started enjoying it. And then I came across tarot, which, then it was another ball game because you start predicting. And I always felt that I'm a very intuitive person. Even when I was small, I used to feel different. I used to perceive things differently, but I never explored that part of me because somewhere it is a taboo. I was always very much inclined towards, paranormal or different, spirits or what lies beyond.
But you were attracted to it.
Attracted, yeah.
Okay.
So, and then this happened one night when I was 32 years old and, it changed me. And then no one to stop me because that time my parents used to control the TV and all of that, whatever I'm reading. But then I got into it, completely.
So as you said, like when you were a child, you felt intuitions.
Yep.
You felt a lot of things.
Yeah.
But you never gave it that awareness or you never went and explored it further.
Yes.
So were you like, I think it is such a chosen feeling because not everybody is, getting these experiences. And if you are special, maybe you were meant, like the dots connected, that you were meant to be in the field of energies. And I think since childhood, you kept getting signs.
Yes.
From nature.
Totally. I feel that everything that has happened so far, there was a reason behind it. And I can, now when I look back, I totally see it clearly. Maybe I was going through a bad phase at one point of time, but then I used to get signs which I used to ignore. But there was a part of me that told me that, if you want something really, that is going to happen to you. If you visualize it in your mind, it is going to come to you. And I think when I was in college, I started manifesting unknowingly. I just came across this movie called Secret. It was a documentary.
Yeah. I think everyone's journey begins with The Secret.
Yeah.
Everyone's watched it. And I think it's such a glamorized word now, manifest. Everyone is like, I'm manifesting this, I'm manifesting that. But I don't know how many people exactly know what they're sort of doing to it. But getting back to what you were telling, so you watched that movie, The Secret, and then what happened? Yeah.
So it really motivated me in a big way.
Okay.
I started making vision boards. I had no idea that these things are called vision boards. I was always good at art. So I used to, draw something that I want and I stick it on my wall. It used to happen. There was one, I remember this instance when I liked a guy and I just thought that, what, if I like someone, there's no way that this person is not gonna look at me or, check me out, and that's not gonna happen. So
He's out of my league.
Yeah, but it happened. Like,
Okay.
if I want to, I had this thing that if I want to manifest, things are gonna happen.
You believed it.
I believed, and it started happening like crazy. And
Okay.
yeah, so I have been manifesting unknowingly for years now, and it has changed my life in a big way, I would say.
And so you are saying like, so you put things on the vision board, like right out there, and you start believing into it.
Yeah.
But what would you say is that secret ingredient? Like, see, a lot of people out here know what is manifestation, because now it's such a word. I think, yeah, मैंने भी मेरे life में which college I wanted to get into. What I wanted, like there are these certain brands that I wanted to work with. ये है, वो है, or for that matter, even this show. Honestly, it was there on my dream board, and now things are happening and it's manifested for sure. But I want to know that exactly what do you think? What are the tips or the guidance that you would like to give the audience? This is utmost necessary if you want to manifest something in your life.
Okay. So I would say self-concept. What you
Okay.
think about yourself.
Okay.
When no one is around, what is your self-narrative and self-talk to yourself is very important.
Okay.
Because if you are not, if you can't say that, I am worthy of getting this, no way it is going to happen. So
Okay.
there should be that confidence that what you want can be yours. It is achievable.
It is achievable.
Yeah. And the other thing is, like, I've seen this fad happening. Affirm this 51 times, 369 method.
वो लिखो,
लिखते
हाँ,
रहो.
अगर-
I think it's obsessive.
Okay.
If you are obsessing about कि एक line लिखकर मेरी life change हो जाएगी, I think that you're going in a downward spiral. You are just living in lack, because if you really want something, you just have to visualize it or have that feeling in your mind that it's yours. Only once is enough. If you can do it with your complete mind, body, soul, it will happen. But if you're writing it, if you think कि 55 days में लिखूंगा फिर होगा, I mean, ये ritual नहीं है ना, ये कोई मंत्र है जो you have to write and get it.
I like the fact that you said that when you ask something in that feeling of lack, like
Yeah.
that lackness, scarcity में जब आप चीजें मांगते हो तो वो भी चीज कंप्लीट नहीं होती है. लाइक मैनिफेस्ट में बहुत सारे लोग बोलते हैं 10 बार बोलो, जैसे आपने बोला ये करो वो करो, बट आई हैव हर्ड दिस वीडियो, आई हैव रेड इट समवेयर दैट व्हेन यू आर आस्किंग समथिंग, आस्क फॉर इट इन ग्रैटिट्यूड.
Yeah.
And a lot of you need to believe that this is what I'm worthy of, as you said, instead of saying please de do, wo wala feeling nahi aana chahiye. Instead that feeling of fulfillment, satisfaction and gratitude needs to be there.
Yes, totally. I consider myself and universe as a parent and child.
Okay.
So like you ask your mother that आप खाना बना देना, मुझे ये खाना है. You don't write it multiple times to get it completed. या आप मम्मा को बार बार बोलोगी, एक बार बोल दिया वो बन जाएगा.
उतना
You have that
universe
satisfaction.
से.
Yeah, so it's like that.
I love it.
Yeah, so I'm like ये चाहिए मुझे और I'm living my best life. It happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how your manifestation journey began, and you manifested so many things in your life.
Yes.
And what do you do when do you ever in this whole journey did you get derailed from this? Like एक बोलते हैं ना कि यार life happens.
Yeah.
And ऐसा नहीं है कि you're always in that journey of manifestation. Like ऐसे तो कभी कहाँ पे तो blockage आता रहेगा.
Yes.
How do you deal with those things?
So I would say one thing, whenever a blockage comes, it's you blocking yourself.
Okay.
Mostly हम ही अपने आप को रोक रहे हैं to achieve our best self. And I did that because I got married very early. I wanted to achieve a lot. I was like a topper in my class, and I did very well throughout. But when you are naive, when you had kids, a 28-year-old with 2 kids, I just lost touch with my own self. I was just so engrossed with kids and raising them well, that pressure of being the best mom and not having any help around, क्योंकि पर मुझे लगता था कुछ मेडल मिलेगा मुझे कि मैं सब कुछ कर रही हूँ. तो it was like, I think I went into a downward spiral, and eventually I started comparing my life कि मैं पीछे रह गई. मेरे सारे classmates, they're doing so well. They're having their own businesses, or they are doing well in corporate, and I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting at home. I have been an artist at heart, and I was trying one or the other thing, but nothing was very lucrative. So that there was a point of
Then what did you
time.
do? Like
Yeah.
आपका ये जो पूरा जो था that you were मतलब life happened as I said, kids थे, चीजें सही नहीं थी, you were seeing other people do better. What did you do? Where did you get back to this? Like what got you back to this?
Yeah, so I think around COVID time, 2020, I hit the rock bottom. I was feeling really low around that time because I had nothing to do apart from, just being a housewife.
Okay.
And that's when I started getting into spirituality. All of that happened.
Okay.
And when you are a spiritual person, the first thing is you clean up your own self. You declutter your own life.
Of course.
And when you start decluttering your thoughts, you start seeing you for who you are. You get to know.
Awareness.
Yes, a lot of awareness, which is not very easy to accept.
Yeah.
You feel that you have been living a lie and all of that, and crying spells, all of that happened. And then I started feeling that I can really transform my life if I want to. I'm just not allowing till now. This has all been my choice.
Okay.
So now I choose to step into my higher self.
What getting back in कब लगा वो? Like I'm sure like even I have gone into this negative thing where you are just like कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है. I asked for help. I went for therapy. I was like I need somebody to tell me that I've lost the best version of being Sneha.
Yeah.
And you lose yourself, man. Like when you're in this spiral, you honestly lose the best version. And even if you're attracting at that moment, it doesn't work. As you said, manifestation, nothing works out.
Yeah.
But then you need that one indication, kuch to hua rahega. Like what made you get back? Because you were already busy and you were on your rock bottom. So kya hua wo one moment you're like, you know what, I'm going to kill it. Like I'm getting back at this.
Yeah. So many things happened, like, the spirit encounter that I told you. One fine day I was just lying down in Mumbai. We used to live in 16th floor. And I was looking outside and I was like, I need a sign. Am I crazy that I'm feeling all this? I want to change my life, but I need a sign that it can actually happen. I was looking at the clouds and I was just thinking again, like I am not doing the right thing. I am delusional. And I saw something in the clouds, like it was so clear. I saw a figure, like an angel, I would say. I don't know. It was a white, very bright figure. And I was looking at it, I was like, no, this is not real. This is not real. And till the time I was saying this is not real, it started getting brighter and brighter. Like, look at me. I'm present here.
It was like for you.
Yeah, this is a sign if you really want it. And then I realized that yes, I'm actually seeing this. I was like, okay, this is the sign I wanted. And just when I realized that the sign is there, it just vanished, like whatever, the cloud dissolved. And then I was like, oh my God, I need to do something.
It was like an arm, like
it was, yes.
Dude,
yeah. And I don't know, I mean, it's unbelievable, but I saw all of that. And being, from a science background, who wants all the logics. Yeah, it was quite mind-boggling for a while, but then it became my new normal. And then I started getting I started journaling, I started meditating. I used to just sit down and be in the present moment and tell myself that everything is well. All is well from that movie. I used to tell that everything is good. Everything is working in my favor. I used to repeat this affirmation, everything is working in my favor. And then I thought that, I need to get back to work. I don't know how. I was already reading tarot. The Magic Within was there already for like 6 months, but it was like a low-key thing, like I used to get 2 or 3 clients. That was it. So I applied for a job in Amazon. And after 10 or 12 years of work, the difference, the gap.
Because you were not working.
I had no work X. I got a role of a manager. I cracked those 5 really excruciating long interviews. They really grill the people for the job. It's not easy to get into Amazon.
Of course,
And the same month when I got the job in Amazon, the magic within kicked off. I was, from 2,000 followers, I was at 10K, and I earned my first 6-figure there. So within a month, from zero income or like 15K income, I boomeranged to around 3 lakhs, if I should say that. So it was like, oh my God, this has happened.
Oh, wow.
So I think I changed my life, and that was the moment when I thought that, I'm at the right path. If I can do this, anyone can, and manifestation is real. I mean, I can write it in my blood.
Yeah, that was like your raw moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you were just like a rock bottom tha, and I think mindset change karna is the key. Like you actually worked on it and you believed in it. And this is unbelievable that in a month, from having like no experience, you did not have a job, कि कुछ expectation भी हो रहा है, and you actually cracked it. You already had it, and you were acing it. And not only that, but as also as a tarot card reader, you were right there. Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Everything kicked off.
Everything kicked off. Oh my God. And you are married and you have 2 kids. So does your husband believe in manifestation?
Now that he has seen me doing all of that, changing our lives, like once everything kicked off for me, we are a global consciousness. We share the same energy.
Yeah.
So if you're living with someone who's vibrating at such a high energy level, the whole house eventually is going to vibrate. So the change happened in him, the kids, everyone around, and I can say that the kind of growth people see in 10 to 15 years, we saw it in 1 year as a family. And he started believing. He used to meditate with me, he used to journal with me, and I mean, he's a believer now.
He's a believer now. Okay. And earlier when he was not a believer, did he like make fun of you?
No, he has been supportive. He knew that I am different.
Achha, so he also like sort of accepted that different part about you.
Yeah.
That's a very sweet thing.
Yeah.
And about your kids, because you believe in this so much, like, do you have like a different parenting? Like, do you teach them different things? Do you show them or talk to them about energies at this point of time?
Yeah.
What is their age?
So I have 2 boys. One is 8 and one is 11.
Okay.
And we talk about energies. I tell them about manifestation, that if you want something and you can visualize it in your eyes, you can say that this is yours, it's gonna be yours, it will happen for sure. And my elder one also writes journals sometimes, and I have told him that never say any bad word about yourself. You never feel demotivated. You never say that you can't do something. You have to say that I'm trying, I'm getting better.
It's fantastic. I mean, as a kid, I think so many people are just hearing things of how you need to get better.
Yeah.
कि ये ढंग से नहीं कर रहे हो, and ये करना चाहिए. And at that point, you are actually teaching them so much about self-belief and about self-love.
No, I won't lie. Sometimes I also get into that spiral. Of course, conditioning is there.
Of course, yeah.
And you have to practice being spiritual every day. It's not like कि आप एक बार हो गए तो हो गए. So it's like a workout. You have to pump that muscle. So sometimes when I'm not doing that, I get into the spiral. Oh my God, you're not doing this. Then I have to recenter myself. That if I'm centered, everyone around me will be centered.
Okay.
So then I get into this energy that everything will happen easily. So my funda of manifestation is things happen for me easily, effortlessly, in a relaxed way. I don't have to really do any kind of hard work. I'm not gonna do it. Things come easy to me.
Oh, wow. I'm taking that from here for sure. Okay, but then the kids, for example, you never pressurize them like for like अच्छे marks लेके आओ and all of that. What do you actually preach them differently? Like, do you tell them to meditate? Do you tell them to like center themselves at this age?
I think the kind of pressure our kids are in these days, and the pressure to excel, and so much happening around, and to be up to date with everything. The main life skills, apart from studies and the courses they are going through, would be teaching them how to be calm, how to be still, to sit with themselves and practice meditation. The art of journaling, the art of manifesting, which can actually impact their life in a big way, which can actually, help them maneuver through the most difficult of times.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel that if a person is aligned within, they can achieve anything. They can go through any storms with the most strong demeanor. So I think that's the need of the hour.
The need of the hour. I think that's beautiful. I mean, बाकी सब चीजें तो सीख ही रहे, but then with all the chaos that is happening in the world, you need to stay still. You need to know how you can achieve and manifest those things easily.
Yes.
I mean, there is a power that is going to help you achieve so many things in an easier way. And if you can crack that, and if you can instill self-love at such a young age, it's so important, right? Like to tell yourself that you love yourself right from when you're a kid. And it definitely shows up in your relationships.
Yes,
when
of
you
course.
become big. Like your self-love factor actually shows up on how you can be in a relationship on a very large scale.
Totally.
Yes.
And I also feel that there has been a pattern in our society where if someone gets into a relationship or just a friendship, they feel that they can't leave it. So the art of knowing when to leave, when to exit is also an act of self-love, because once you start feeling depleted, once the other person, the relationship is not energizing you, it is depleting you, draining you out, you need to know that you don't have to stick there and give them benefit of doubt for a longer time, because somewhere you're hurting yourself when you're sticking to that person or that experience. So the art of releasing people easily is also an act of self-love, and to know that is like life-changing.
Life-changing. I think जैसे कि if you're doing a job at a place which is actually not giving you happiness, and people can leave that, right? Easily.
Yes.
But when it comes to leaving people, I think it's just made so difficult and so like इतना बड़ा बना दिया है in the society in general, that if you've left a person or maybe a marriage or a situation, or even for that matter, it is for yourself also, what the guilt that you go through, that you've become a failure because you've not been able to deal with this situation on such a large level. But I think it's brave enough if you actually take a step back, and that even makes you more stronger and empowered. So that's a beautiful thing. One more thing I wanted to ask you, like when you started evolving, do you think that the people around you also need to evolve in a certain way? Or do you think that people who are not at your energy, do they like go away from your life automatically?
Yes, that happens all the time.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example that I tell everyone around me. So if you are living in the penthouse on the top floor of a building, you will not get to experience the dirt, the muck, the noise on the ground floor. So as you grow higher in vibration, those people who are on the low vibration, they will not even touch you. They will either disperse from your life, they'll be released quietly, or they will just not be so strong to come and confront you. So raising your vibration, getting into spirituality also means that you're going to lose a lot of friends that are not meant for you, and you're going to find new ones that are meant for you. So
I think not only people, even things. The things that will like start going out. Totally. Your job might not be in place. Your things might not be in place. And the next minute you know that what's meant for you has found your way. In so many different ways.
So I'm not saying that. I'm just giving my example that as I started raising my vibrations through meditation and all of that, I was a hardcore non-veg eater, and suddenly I just couldn't stand it, and I had to leave it. I mean, I'm not saying that if you are eating something or that, it doesn't.
It's just your personal experience.
It is my experience that it was not suiting me. It was lowering my vibrations.
And you could feel it.
I could feel it, and I just left it there.
And I think food plays such a big important role when it comes to energies. And I think we've different religions, different cultures talk about it in very different ways. When you talk about religion, they talk about food in very different ways. But I'm definitely sure, like, if you just talk on a spiritual level, if you're very aware of what you're eating, and like you come to know, right? Like, ये food से मेरी energy disturb हो रही है, type of a thing. Do you like even consume less food in general to keep your vibrations high?
There are days when I'm binge eating,
Okay.
and those are days when I'm really scattered in emotions.
Okay.
So I know that when I'm happy, I will choose the good, the nutrient dense food.
Is it
And-
even vice versa? If you're eating good food, do you think it helps to increase your...
Yeah, I think it's like a vice versa thing. Yes, it's not only about food. It's everything that you're consuming, the songs, the series that you're watching. So I used to watch and read gory stuff, and now I can just stand it. I don't want to watch it. Serial killers. I don't want to because somewhere it just troubles me, and it just makes me feel drained.
Okay.
I won't say that I'm weak, but I don't want to lose my energy on some few things, and I just like to keep away from it.
So you got to be very conscious on what you're seeing, what you're
Yes,
eating, what are
yes.
you consuming
Consuming.
on a very large scale.
Yes, and
Wow.
gossip, people the things you're talking with your friends. So
Be very careful.
everything stopped. Like earlier, we used to gossip a lot with my friends. Nothing now. Like we are talking spirituality, and it's still fun. I won't say we are boring now, but it's a fun of different type.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I can absolutely relate to what you're saying. And also when you talk about like tarot reading and astrology, what about free will then? What do you have to say about free will? Like अगर for example किसी ने कहा है कि this is what is going to happen in your life, can a person actually change it? And at what level do you think? What about free will?
So so tarot reading, astrology, it is 70 to 80% correct.
Okay.
It happens.
Okay.
But the use of tarot reading and astrology here is that if I tell you that something wrong, there's a possibility of something wrong that in future it can happen. You just have to go through the guidance. You have to follow what I'm telling you, and if you do that, the impact of it will be lesser. On you. You'll go through it in a much smoother way.
Okay.
So it's like बारिश होने वाली है, raincoat ले लो.
हाँ.
Yeah.
It's more like a guidance.
It's a guidance.
Okay. कि ये होने वाला है.
Yes.
Sort of.
You need to take it like that. It's
Like
not
that.
that कि हो जाएगा and मेरी life खराब हो जाएगी.
हाँ.
Many people say that also, astrologers. ऐसा नहीं बोलना चाहिए. I would say that guidance हमेशा देनी चाहिए कि आप ये चीज़ अगर यहाँ पे कोई लड़ाई हो सकती है तो you need to cool down, keep calm, practice meditation,
Then you
eat
can
lighter
change
food.
it. If you
can.
are aware about it, I think that's what you're trying to say. कि अगर आपने बोला है कि होने वाला है,
Yeah.
and if you sort of change your approach towards it, or you sort of start working on yourself, I think there is a chance of...
I won't say change it totally, but I would say you can lessen the impact
of it.
You will not be, you'll not have, you're going through so much.
The mindset. Your mindset.
You will be stronger.
You will be, okay. So वो चीज़ हो रही है, but you're
you are like, ठीक है, we'll manage.
We'll manage. Oh wow, okay. Yeah. And what is this whole, so I've heard astrology, tarot, ये सब सुना है, किया भी है, but what about human design reader? ये कुछ नया है, absolutely new that I've heard about, and I'm sure everyone's curious to know कि what is it exactly?
So human design is a very different modality. We use astrology and Kabbalah in it.
Okay.
So we need date of birth and time, like how we need in Kundalis.
Kundalis, okay.
But human design actually reads your soul's energy blueprint.
Okay.
So everyone's energy level is different.
Okay.
And how they use that energy in their life is different.
Okay.
Mostly we go on a conditioning, by the society that 9 to 5 काम करना है, फिर इस एज में शादी करनी है, अपने relationships को ऐसे चलाना है. So human design actually is like a tailor-made thing for everyone, that if you go by your human design, not by what society is telling you, if you really stick to it and use your energy in the ways that have been guided to you, you will have a much easier, simpler and happier life.
Okay.
So,
and that impacts like
everyone has a different human design, even the way they digest food, even the way they make decisions.
Okay.
Their working capacity is different for every human design.
Oh, okay.
Not every person can get into a 9 to 5 job. Not every person is meant to be in a relationship that is like that is very strong and very
हाँ मतलब जहाँ पे बहुत toxic
yeah,
like it's too close. Yeah.
So some people need their space.
Definitely, yeah.
Some people don't.
Yeah.
So
some people don't. Yeah.
Some people don't
like to be there, like sort of.
Yeah.
Okay. So you actually read those energy levels and you guide that person.
Yes. So if someone is not going by their energy level, they will either be frustrated in their life or angry, or there will be that unknown sadness that they will feel. And every energy type feels a different kind of not self behavior.
Okay.
So there is their not self behavior that they're going to feel if they're not going by it.
Right.
And just pointing that out, that if you're facing this right now, you're probably not using your energy correctly.
Okay.
So this is your strategy. I'll give them a strategy. That's how you need to operate.
Okay.
That's how you need to work around people. That's how your relationship should be, and that's how your decision making should be.
Okay.
So once you adhere to it, your energy is going to rise up, and you become this person who's a master manifestor, because your energy is at its best.
And actually, you've pointed out the right, like for example, if you say that a person like me is meant to work for only 2 hours a day, and if I actually utilize those 2 hours in the right way, and the other times if I'm not frustrated that I'm not working or something like that, I think I've cracked the code.
Yes.
Cracked the code to my energy.
Yes.
I think that is what you're trying to
human
say.
design is actually like cracking the code to your life.
Wow.
And it's a beautiful modality. It's very deep. So
I love it. Yeah, it's very interesting.
It's very interesting.
I would love to do it someday.
Yeah, sure.
And okay, let's do a fun, let's make it like a little lighter now. Tell me, what are the most funniest questions people have asked you? Like, you're a tarot card reader and an astrologer and a human design reader. So I'm sure people must be coming to you with all sorts of questions. जैसे मैंने शादी के बारे में पूछ लिया. तो वैसे funny questions कौन से हुए आपके साथ?
A lot of funny things happen. So many readers ask me about their exes and what their exes are doing currently. Like, they're out of your life and they still want to know about someone else. And then some people want to know about after marriage मेरी sex life कैसी होगी. How can I read that on cards, यार? I mean, ठीक ही होगी. I
can imagine your position. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and then मेरी चाची की बुआ की whatever, ये मेरे बारे में क्या सोचती है?
Okay.
So like, people want to know so many things. Acha, what is this person thinking? What is my mother-in-law thinking? What are you gonna do?
Mother-in-law तो ठीक है, because direct.
No, it's better not to know.
It's going to give you more sadness. I think immediately you're going to be like all sad. Okay.
So
I think people want to know like a lot of things that are not related to them.
Yes, people want to know a lot more.
Nice. And have you seen like relationship issues change? Like those questions arising more. Like as a couple, have you seen a rise in problems?
Oh my God. I think it has been a trend this year. All of my readings are relationship readings. Either they're going through a rough patch, or they are having an affair outside, or a divorce is on the cards. So a lot of it is changing. And I am also seeing that people are really, the couple are talking about it. Like, it's not that they are not, they don't know about each other. So they know what's going on in each other's life, and there's an open conversation happening. So, which is also good, healthy.
Yeah.
But yes, I've seen this trend that,
there's a
lot of breakups and divorces are happening. There's a spike.
For sure.
I don't know why, but yes.
So Deepika, we have a quick game for you out here, and it's going to be like whatever comes to your head, whatever advice you can give on this word to our viewers and to me. Please help us. It's called Let's RAWR segment. The first is finding the right love.
Okay. Finding the right love should start from finding yourself first.
Okay.
If you don't know what you want to order in a restaurant, then you will be served anything. So you need to know what you want. Intuition, I feel that's that's the most gentle nudge that you get sometimes. And then you cloud it with your reasoning and whatever society tells you to. So the slight silent nudge, when it comes to you, you need to follow it. Self-care, I think It's the most important thing you can do to yourself. It's self-care is the best form of love that you can give.
Trauma.
So traumas can be generational. It's not that you are carrying and having your own traumas in this life. You are carrying traumas from your grandmother's and your mother's side as well. It's a generation trauma. And if you don't accept it, you don't acknowledge it right now, you will give it off to your offsprings as well. So
you need to recognize it.
Yes, you need to recognize you are getting this life to recognize this trauma that you have been carrying for so long. And if you do that, you acknowledge it and you deal with it right now, it will not be transferred. And you will be like the game changer.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much, Deepika. And one last question for you. What is love for you? Because you're on RAWR, and RAWR is all about love, relationships and everything. Tell me, what is love for you?
So I always thought that love comes from outside, but now I feel that love comes from within. If I don't love myself, if I don't feel that I'm worthy to receive love from outside or from anyone else, I cannot get love. So if I'm in love with myself, I take care of myself. If I put myself on a pedestal, then I'll attract love from everywhere, from all my relationships. So love is self-love first.
Wow, I love it. Thank you so much, Deepika, for removing time and being with us on RAWR. I think it was a very eye-opening session for all the viewers and also for me. I absolutely loved it, and I love the energy that we have right now more than anything else. And you, thank you for joining us on RAWR. Until then, keep roaring, embracing and rising in love. Stay tuned and don't forget, I roar you.